Man, they goofy out here. Remember everything I said last week? Forget it. Just forget it. Forget it. So episode 3 of WandaVision ended with a cliffhanger I don't think anybody saw coming. And we close out with Monica Rambeau being tossed out of Westview faster than Tony Stark donning the Mark 50. With episode 4 of WandaVision, we get a little bit of backstory that answers a few questions, but at the same time raises hundreds more. When the show first starts, we're seeing Monica coming back from being dusted. I really enjoyed this. Avengers Infinity War came out almost 3 years, if not 4 years ago, and still to this day, we're still finding out who got affected when Thanos snapped his fingers. I enjoyed this whole beginning. It's chaotic, it's unexpected, and it's something that you know would happen, but still couldn't really imagine it unless you saw it. Spider-Man Far From Home was a much more comedic, lighter take on everybody returning from the blip, but seeing Monica and everyone else realizing it in a hospital is a bit more realistic and better to me. Honestly, the episode's opener is its finest moment and the highlight of this whole series, as it quickly establishes Monica as a struggling hero and likable character, going back to work just 3 weeks after being brought back and learning her mom died while she was dusted. One thing I'm confused about though is in Spider-Man Far From Home, the events of that movie take place 8 months after Avengers Endgame. So I'm just a little confused on the timeline here, because Monica returned to S.W.O.R.D. 3 weeks after being brought back, 3 weeks after Endgame. And upon her returning, she gets sucked into Westview during episode 2 of WandaVision. Y'all get what I'm saying? Where's the timeline right now? Is WandaVision taking place before Spider-Man Far From Home? And if it is, then where is the... Never mind. Anyways, for the most part, this episode was cool. I like how S.W.O.R.D. isn't just a faceless organization. There's a lot of characters here that we're familiar with, like Jimmy Woo and Darcy. Very nice to see her again. Haven't seen her in the MCU since 2013. The title of this episode, We Interrupt This Program, is very appropriate, and it's the most coherent episode of WandaVision. This is exactly what we needed to get us ready for episode 5. And the real showstopper for me personally was going back into Westview, finding out what exactly happened to Geraldine.
You're not my neighbor. And you're definitely not my friend. You are a stranger and an outsider. And right now you are trespassing here. And I want you to leave.
That scene, along with this whole episode, has confirmed 3 things to me. Number 1, Wanda is bad. Didn't want to believe it at first, didn't want to, think that she's completely doing this. But, I mean, it's no denying it now. It's pretty obvious right now, right? All the neighbors of Westview are trapped and Wanda is the only one who's self-aware. Or at least more self-aware than everybody else in this town. Number 2, she isn't acting alone. Someone else has their hand in this sadistic sitcom.
Who are you?
Wanda.
There's nothing here. One second Monica is standing right there and the next she isn't. Someone is censoring the broadcast.
Who censored it? Who censored it? It couldn't have been Wanda. She was too busy throwing Geraldine out her house. And number 3, Wanda is definitely, literally, using Vision's corpse for this show.
Where is Geraldine?
Oh, she left, honey. She had to rush home.
What? What is it? What's wrong? We don't have to stay here. We could go wherever we want.
That moment was creepy. Very creepy, I'll admit it. Probably one of the creepiest things I've ever seen in the MCU. In a Q&A interview, Kevin Feige revealed that initially Avengers Endgame was supposed to have a post-credit scene where we would see Wanda taking Vision's body. Well, obviously they didn't have that scene, but because of this scene, we know it happened off screen. And I'll tell you something, I'm glad that Thanos killed her boyfriend. I know how that sounds. Please don't waste time putting hate comments that I'm not even gonna read anyway in the comment section below. I'm glad that Thanos killed Vision. Let me tell you why. Wanda is bad. When people do stuff like this, kidnap a bunch of people and make a fake world and throws out anyone who's woke, that kind of stuff is who they really are. It was just buried deep, deep down within her. Probably because all of her friends and loved ones. But now, since most of those people are gone, now the monster is coming out. But yeah, Wanda is bad. She's bad. And I mean, you know, obviously she's bad. But y'all get what I mean. She's an antagonist. And I'm calling it right now. I think that Doctor Strange is going to be the one who has to take her down. There's only 5 episodes left of WandaVision. Do y'all really think that Sword alone is going to be able to stop her and rescue everybody out of this fake world and snap her back to reality? I don't. People can't even stay in Westview for an entire episode. But yeah, I think in Multiverse of Madness, Doctor Strange is going to have to be the one to stop Wanda. And so we'll see how that pans out. I could be wrong. Maybe Sword is better than I'm giving them credit for. But I'm calling it now. I think that by the end of this, it's just going to get way worse. And that's going to be setting up Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. And he's going to have to do his thing to stop Wanda. But yeah, I'm very excited to see what happens next. I think next episode, I believe, is the one where we will be seeing Wanda and Vision in their classic comic book uniforms for Halloween. Oh, I want to call out something else. One more thing. I think that Vision is going to end up fighting Wanda. I think that he's going to get more suspicious and eventually realize what's going on and they're going to clash. But let me know what y'all think. Anything you guys think of. Thank you so much for watching this video. I cannot wait to see what happens next. I will be here next week with episode 5 review and breakdown. If you like this video, please drop a thumbs up. And if you're new here, be sure to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.